I'm going to talk about a video that is called A Global Food Crisis, maybe less than a decade away. That, in my opinion, is a good video because everyone is talking about that problem. The presenter or the guy that is talking in this video is Sarah Menker. Well, Sarah Menker started with a question. That is, she said, how do we feed a 9 billion of people by 2015? That's a good question, because if we can see in the news, in the social networkings, in all people, the countries, the government, the president is talking about that, because they said that we don't have enough food for a lot of people that are using our world. But that is totally true, because we know that some countries had more food than another country, and that is something polemic. Well, she started to say what we need to ask a different question, because we don't have to see the mass of food. We need to see the balance of nutritional, the percent of calories that the food had. That is because people always are making or are the food are using mass. That is because it's easy to calculate for people the mass, but how we can calculate the percent of calories that the food had, that is something, or the food nutritional value that the our products or foods has. Well, but in order to avoid the insecurity food, she started to say her example that she was living in Ethiopia, and after that she moved to USA. And when she was in USA, her family started to say that she was fat. But she was so confused because she said that she ate the same percent of food. And this time she discovered that the percent of food that the percent of food that USA food has was more than Ethiopia. For that reason, she was fat. But in that's we create a different point of view of that, because if we see the balance or the nutritional value, we don't need the same percent of food that the countries say that we need. And she made a different question that she said, well, it's a fact that she said that 215 trillions of calories, that's we need for 2027, I think. And she is starting to say that we need to see the calories that the food had, the consume patterns that we had, and also we have to change our behaviors to provide a very emotional consume of food. If we can see in the video, she gave us a map that in the map we can see the percent of calories, and also the importance of the food, I think. And we can see that Brazil changed. Brazil, it's imported food, and now it's exported because they improved the area of agriculture in their country. But another country like China are in red now, and they have to need to change the commercializations. That means that they start to work with the small farmers and probably make a better connection with the commercialization of food. But in my opinion, I think that is true. Sometimes we need to know the percent of value that the food had, because sometimes we say that if we eat a lot of food we are healthy, but not is true. We have to need a balance of food that we are eating. Is we see that we are eating less food that we are eating normal, and that means that we don't need the same percent of food that people think that we need. And we don't have to feed a 9 billions. We have to make a good balance of nutrition. That's it's better. Thank you.